Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my mid-year makeup inventory update. I upload these videos at the very beginning of the year, and then at the mid-year point I am way behind filming schedule, but the numbers I'm sharing with you today are as of July 1st. So exactly 6 months into the year. But again, I'm just getting around to film it now. You guys seem to really want to see this video. A few housekeeping things, I guess, before getting started. I, in the past, have set goals for each category, but after watching Sarah's video a couple months ago when she did her makeup inventory, she kind of just explained exactly how I was feeling about how my goal numbers are pretty arbitrary. I'm not actively making progress towards these goal numbers that I keep firing out in these videos, so then they're not really goals if they're nothing I'm actually working towards. They're just numbers that kind of sounded good in my head. So I'm not going to do that for for all my categories. I definitely do have goals for some of them, which I will explain. My overall goal, however, for my makeup collection is to maintain its size. I do have a larger makeup collection. I love makeup. I love buying makeup, playing with makeup, all of that. And I know I have a lot of it. I don't want my collection to keep just getting bigger and bigger exponentially. That is not the goal. I don't want a full room full of drawers of makeup. I have one Alex 9 drawer system, and it needs to stay contained in that one system. I think any bigger than that for me, where I am right now, is just a little too much. So with that in mind, let's hop into the numbers. I have you just saw my knee pop up. That was kind of awkward. The order in which I'm going to talk about these may seem a little strange, but it's how my Alex 9 drawer is organized. I went top to bottom with counting up my products. I do have some pictures for categories, but I didn't completely undo my organization system. That's just too much for me with 3 kids at home and a baby. A baby is one of my 3 kids, but to pull everything out and take pictures of everything laid out. So if they were together in a drawer, I took a picture to pop in and show you, but there's going to be things missing in those pictures as well because I have my project panning and everyday makeup drawer in a separate location in my house. Things like that, as well as my makeup drawer of shame, which those numbers are included in here. So if you're seeing some pictures and you're like, didn't she have such and such a product? Yes, it's in the numbers but not in the pictures. I'm going to stop rambling. Let's get started with eyeliners. So I currently have 20 eyeliners, and that has remained consistent in my collection. I had 20 eyeliners in July of 2019 and 20 eyeliners in January. Now I have a goal as 15 with only 5 black liners included in there because I have a lot of eyeliners, but a lot of them are black, so I use them as the same purpose, and I don't need that many black pencil liners. Now I have 20 eyeliners. That includes my pens, pencils, potted, all of them are included. However, I say it's an arbitrary goal because I want to expand the colored eyeliners that I have. So right now I have on my wish list a purple eyeliner because I have felt like I needed a purple eyeliner for a couple makeup looks now, and I don't have one. So that number is going to increase by 1. However, it's filling a void in my collection, if that makes sense. Mascaras, I have 3. I think that's fine. I'm using up a full size right now. I only open 1 at a time, maybe 2. And I have 2 minis in my new makeup drawer. Eyelashes, I don't really count these. I get them in BoxyCharm occasionally. I don't wear lashes that often, but I do have 9 pairs. Eye bases, I have 6. I do want this to be down to 3. I want a high-end option, a drugstore option, and some sort of glitter glue. I do have 1 glitter glue, but I don't need 5 other eye bases. Now, I think I only have 2 that are full size, and the other are foil packs. I do include my minis, samples, and full sizes in these numbers, so I think that number could go down if I focused on them, but I'm using my oldest right now, which is a full size, and those things last forever. Brow products, I currently have 11. I have the arbitrary goal again of 10. I really like brow products, and this includes brow gels, brow pencils, brow powders, brow pomades, all of that. I only have 11. So while 11 seems kind of like a big number, it's a bunch of different products in one, so I don't feel overwhelmed by my brow collection at all. Now hopping into lip products. And again, my arbitrary goal is to have 100 lip products, and I think anything over that is getting to be a little bit much. That over 100, I feel like a lot of it is going to expire. A lot of my makeup is going to expire anyways, but so in January I had 134 lip products, and now I'm down to 128 lip products, so slowly but surely making progress here. Let's break it down by category. For lip glosses, I have 23, and I did have 25 in January. For liquid lipsticks, I have 48, and I did have 52 in January. Lip treatments, I have 7. This includes lip balms, lip masks, lip scrubs, all of that. I have 7. Bullet lipsticks and like crayon lipsticks, or like the ColourPop lippy sticks, those types of products, I have 33, and I did have 34 in January. And I still have the same 17 lip liners. I am not a lip liner type of gal. I have as a goal to get that to be 10, because I'm actively trying to use up lip liners. I have used up one so far this year, and then one entered my collection that I decided to keep. It was from a BoxyCharm, but most of the ones I receive in BoxyCharm I pass along to others, especially my mom. My mom seems to like lip liners. So I still have quite a ways to go on this. Yeah, I feel like I have too many lip products, and it's not really a product category that I get super excited to try new formulas. I did just make a purchase from Propa Beauty from their nude lipstick line to support a Black-owned indie brand, but yeah, other than that, I'm working on my lip products. Now we're going into cheek products. Let's just start with face palettes so I can kind of explain. A face palette for me in my makeup inventory contains more than one product type. So like a contour kit that has bronzers, contours, and powders, or maybe has blush, bronzer, highlight, that sort of thing. It contains more than one type of product. I have 7 of those, and I had 4 in January. I bought 1, and 2 came in BoxyCharm that I decided to keep. And I don't want that category to grow too much more than that. I really do like my face palettes, but I don't feel like I need any more right now. So that makes it easier to explain my blushes. I have 42 blushes. This includes blush palettes. So for example, I own the BH Cosmetics 10 color nude blush palette. That equals 10 blushes. So this is not 42 individual blushes, but it's still a lot of blush. That's cream blush, blush palettes, mini blushes, all of that is included, and 42 is a ridiculous number. I have never ever hit pan on a blush before. So why do I feel the need to have this many? I don't know. However, I've been becoming more and more a blush kind of girl. I go through phases. Sometimes I want all the eyeshadow palettes, and lately I've wanted all of the blushes. And I just feel like they're all different and they're all special. So I don't really want to declutter any right now, but that's besides the point. I currently have 42 blushes, and I have 20 bronzers. I did have 18 bronzers in January. I have no explanation for this. And I have 38 highlighters, and I had 36 in January. So all of those numbers went up. I have just been loving cheek products lately. And I think I've been really restrained. Like if I were buying all the ones I wanted, I would be so embarrassed to share these numbers with you. But yes, it is a lot. But like I said, the goal with my makeup collection is to just maintain the size. And for me, if I want to have more blushes, that's fine, but maybe I should use up some other products instead, that sort of thing, or declutter. I have 6 sprays. That includes setting sprays or priming sprays, and I feel really comfortable with that number actually. I did have 7 in January, but I had 2 last July. But to me, that just means that I'm really good at going through them. Like right before I completed my makeup inventory for July 2019, I had used up a lot of my setting sprays and I just hadn't gotten around to repurchasing some. So yeah, that's why you're seeing such a steep increase from like over the last year. Primers, I did have 12 in January and now I have 16. However, I hope you're able to see from the pictures that a lot of these are minis. I even have some foil packs in there that if I just focused, I could definitely use up and that number would go down. I'm someone who really likes primers. I feel like I need a primer. I have really huge enlarged pores and combo skin, so I find myself using multiple primers every day. I use a pore filling one on my cheeks and nose. Sometimes I need a hydrating one on the forehead, that sort of thing. So I'm okay with the number. I think it should come down a bit. I think no more than 10 full-sized primers. But right now I have 16 and a lot of those are minis, so I'm okay with that. I have 11 foundations. Again, there's a lot of sample foundations in here that would really only take like 3 uses maybe to use up if I could just do that. But I haven't been making those a priority, so I'm okay with that number. I actually am wanting to try a couple more foundations. There's quite a few releases on the market that have really intrigued me that I think would add value to my collection. Oh, and in foundations I included BB creams and things like that. But I really want to try the ColourPop Tinted Moisturizer, which I haven't bought yet. For concealer, I have 8. I'm really comfortable with this number. Again, there are some sample sizes in here and I think 8 is a good number for like 8 full size concealers for me. Just it's still enough variety for me. I like base products a lot. I like testing new ones, but it's a number that I can still like work through and rotate really well. For powders, I currently have 12, 7 loose and 5 pressed. I think 10 is a good number for this, like 5 of each, 5 loose and 5 pressed. Okay, now we get to where the numbers are a bit bigger, but again, I'm not uncomfortable with them, so you shouldn't be either. For eyeshadow singles, for me, a single eyeshadow is a single pan, an individual eyeshadow, a pigment, a liquid eyeshadow, a cream eyeshadow. I just put them all together. In my actual spreadsheet, I do have them separated, and in my organization they're kind of separated, but I was like getting bored of like all of the different categories. I just try to make it as simple as possible. I have 83, which is not crazy to me, I feel like. And this is a category that I do want to grow in. I want more variety in my single eyeshadow collection, as well as to support more indie brands who make single eyeshadows. So this number I foresee increasing in the future. Eyeshadow palettes, I was so pleased with myself. I do mock BoxyCharm boxes for my friends and family who just want some new makeup, and sometimes they'll want a palette that I've already used a couple times, but if it's not like a favorite, I'll just let them have it. So even though I haven't been on a no buy, I definitely haven't used up a palette, and I'm really bad at decluttering. I just hoard all my makeup for myself. My eyeshadow palette number actually went down. Isn't that crazy? Wow. And I get BoxyCharm like and I've been shopping. I'm so pleased. Anyways, I have 47 eyeshadow palettes, and I did have 49 in January, but a year ago, in July of 2019, I had 39 eyeshadow palettes. So if you look at it like that, it's increased, but it's gone down. I'm so proud of myself. I'm not on any kind of restriction for eyeshadow palettes. I don't buy every one that I see. I try and make smart decisions when I'm purchasing eyeshadow palettes. I really believe I'm going to love it. It's an interesting color story. It adds something to my collection, something like that. Yeah, it's actually gone down by 2. Whew, I bet you weren't expecting that. So those were all of the categories for my makeup. Let's talk about some other stats. So total pans in my collection, I currently have 14 pans. That is up from 10 in January and 4 last July. It's not increasing that fast. I also just really suck at panning, even though that's the biggest part of my channel. I'm just so light-handed with makeup, and I try really hard to use my makeup up a bit faster, but here we are. Total number of eyeshadows. This is me counting every pan in a palette. So if it's a 12 pan palette, that equals 12. And I included all of my singles and all of that. I have 660 eyeshadows. Now here's the interesting difference. So I have less eyeshadows than in January, eyeshadow palettes, sorry, and I only increased my eyeshadow singles by 2. However, in January of 2020, I had 624 eyeshadows, and now I have 660 eyeshadows. So clearly I got rid of some smaller palettes and brought in a couple of bigger palettes, which is interesting since I tend to gravitate towards smaller, more curated palettes. So I did buy the ColourPop So Jaded palette, so maybe that is part of it, but that was very interesting to me. Now, here is where it all comes down to for me, the total number of makeup items that I have. I have 467 makeup products, which sounds like a lot. It is a lot. So over the course of the year, with my makeup use up, my minimal decluttering, still buying, still getting BoxyCharm, my makeup collection has only increased in size over the last 12 months by 7 items, and 5 of those were over the last 6 months. Now, I know my goal is to maintain the size of my collection, but it all fits in my drawers, so that's really the main goal. But I still feel pretty good about that. Only increasing by 5 products is incredible for me, considering I'm really slow at using things up and I'm not on a no buy. What do you think about that? I feel really good about that. That's pretty much maintaining a makeup collection of my size. It's not like my makeup collection increased by 100 items over the last 6 months. You know what I mean? Here I am trying to justify it. It did increase, so therefore I'm not meeting my goal of maintaining the size of my collection. However, I feel like I didn't go overboard. So for that, I'm proud of myself. So that was everything for my makeup inventory video. How do you guys think I'm doing? I don't even know if I want to ask this question. Let me ask, how are you doing on your makeup inventory? What category are you making really good progress in? What category is your weakness that you buy a lot of? I just want to chat with you guys in the comments. I love watching these videos. I feel like I watch a makeup inventory video at least once a week, even if it's not even new. Even if it's not just uploaded. I just love watching these videos so much. Let me know how I can make this video better. If you like this format with the pictures popping up and seeing the numbers, or I just want to improve on these videos for January. You will be seeing another makeup inventory at the very beginning of 2021, which is crazy to think that it's really not that far away. Whoa. I'm all over the place today. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to give it a thumbs up so that I know, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!